leg. Mag release? What's wrong with me today? It's probably not the most war practical blaster. I should look at the camera, not the blaster. That was the only reason. I was going to say there was another reason. There wasn't.
What?
Hey boys and girls. I'm going to try something a bit different for this build breakdown video. Hopefully it works and you like it. So we're going to talk about Cardboard Blaster i2. So, as some of you may know, I've been working on this. I finished most of it during the world's largest mod party, which was 3 or 4 weeks ago now. I posted progress through that weekend on there, but they've archived the Facebook page now. So we'll go through some of the pictures that I shared then, here, now. Before we look into that, just compare it to, so I've got the original Cardboard Blaster. So if you haven't checked out my kind of breakdown of the internal bits that I used for this one, click the card, which should be that corner. It might be that corner, it will pop up. In there I go through all the individual kind of pieces that I made out of cardboard. The actual internals, you can see that there's bits of some Hasbro plastic in there. They are from a Elite Alpha Trooper, and then I've got a Tri-Strike stock spring. So that's the same basis for both. So this is the I1. It's much bigger, as you can, well, longer overall. There's only one priming bar on the I1. It started to buckle, which is why I decided I'd go with 2 on the I2 to spread the weight across. What else is kind of a major difference you can really see? The grips, obviously. Get that around my wrist. You can see there the 2 grips. Let me just hold this one. I mean, this one's softer, probably because it's older. It's also worn a lot, whereas this one won't wear as much because I've coated it in a wood glue. So for sticking everything together is, apart from the trigger, which we'll go into, everything is stuck together or with the wood glue, or friction fitted, or is just kind of held together with hopes and dreams. The same on both blasters for that. Mag wells. And the only other real kind of noticeable difference is how much cleaner. So I2, you can see, just go around the grip and where the barrel joins the main body is much cleaner compared to I2's all kind of a bit messy and janky. And the trigger as well, the solution I came up with there is all a bit meh. So yeah, I just wanted to make it cleaner and get it to actually work, because this doesn't work. It goes back, but I'm not 100% sure what the reason is for why it won't catch, but it doesn't catch. But I made this originally for the Britnerf competition. I think it was the 7th competition, year and a half, 2 years ago now, and somehow I came second, even though it didn't actually work. I mean, it fired one shot and then it didn't work again after that, and I didn't get that on camera, which was annoying. So let's move into I2. So I've added a rear sight to go along with the front sight, even though looking down it you can't actually see the front sight. So obviously you can see the main barrel, inner barrel I'm going to call it, is shorter than I1. I've also, you can see there, tried to kind of make it look a bit nice. As you notice more from that angle, I think, yeah, it's not symmetrical. So it was one of those, I cut it down, I was then like, oh, I want to angle it, so I cut it, it was off, so then I was like, cut in, I need to stop, otherwise I'm going to end up with nothing there. So that's just where I stopped. What else have we got here? I think, oh, so I just written on the side, it's cardboard, can do that easy, anything will work. I did want to kind of cut it out, like some of the Mega Blasters have. You can remove the white Mega bit and then it's cut out. The reason I didn't, because I didn't want to compromise any kind of structural force. I'm really struggling with words today. I didn't want to ruin the structure, make it weak, or make it any weaker than cardboard already is for this kind of thing. So I just wrote it on. I thought it would be cool to have it cut out, but by the by, the last thing we'll talk about before going into the putting it together, the triggers. So this one's obviously plastic, this one's cardboard, which I originally wanted to do with this one. I just ran out of time when I was putting it together. I did want to do the plunger rod cardboard for this one as well. I didn't because I wasn't 100% sure about attaching it to the plunger head, and I haven't got another plunger rod head thing that I could have used, so I just stuck with it. So to hold the plunger into the body, I had these panels made. You can see I had to remove some of the material from the bottom of these pieces, from the original bits that I made. That's so that the bolt sled, as you can see just in this top corner here, this is the plunger, there's this bit sticking out. You can see in my internals bits video, the bolt sled slides like literally directly underneath these. So yeah, I had to remove that so that it would slide under, and then you can see here. So I left a little bit at the back, as you saw, just to help hold it in position. Just, again, whack a ton of that wood glue in because it goes like rock solid. Let me just give it a little tap on a piece. There you go. Like that's the cardboard. That's the wood glue, so it's like rock solid. So yeah, a ton of that in there. And then I moved on to the trigger. So you will see in the internal bits video, the trigger was quite rough. So I just kind of trimmed it here so that the posts are a lot more defined. Trimmed underneath, just tidied it up, and then used a sanding bit on my Dremel. And I don't know how well that's kind of come around, so I didn't knock over the tripod. There, just so it's nicer for the finger, but not so far away from me. So then once I had that, I needed to drill out a hole. I already had the grip made up, but I needed to drill out a hole in this piece for the spring to fit in. So I couldn't, the way I'd done it here was kind of buttoning pretty much, well, wasn't, it's only like, you know, half a centimetre maybe, if that. You'll see in the movement of it away. So I needed to drill a hole to get the spring to go down. It also helps stop the spring from going all like how springs do when you compress them. So yeah, so this bit, it's kind of in here, and then as you can see here, just cut a little bit out for the movement of the spring, and then I just used a bolt sled pin that holds the bolt to the bolt sled. So I drilled a pilot hole and then just hammered that through so that it's basically holding the trigger in. So you've got it that side. I didn't put it all the way through, it's just on there. I just cut to a video of the trigger working. The next was the barrel. So I've got the outer barrel, which has the dart gate, breech, something like that, which again, it's got the panels, which you'll see in the internal video, bunch of wood glue. Then you've got the inner barrel, which I then pushed the little support piece down to hold it in place, stop it from wobbling about. Yeah, I glued those in. So then when it came to putting the inner barrel into the body, not the inner barrel, the outer barrel into the body, the priming bars didn't quite fit, so I needed to kind of trim out some here. This, you can see here, that's the actual support that's holding the dart post in. But yeah, so I had to trim those so that the arms would fit over it and wouldn't, well, literally so it would all fit together. Then here, I've had to cut out a little piece here because the bolt sled's got an extra piece which comes up along. It looks like I've done the same on the other side. I don't really remember that too much. It was probably late at night during the mod party that I did that, seeing as it was like a 48-hour event. So yeah, so that's so that it can fit down, as you can see, and then that's it together. Made the arms too long, so just snip those off to length. And then the toilet roll that I used for the pump grip, again, I've trimmed it down just so it's not so big, just for the aesthetic stuff, really. And then finally the end cap. So the tri-strike spring is one of the narrowest diameter springs that Nerf do. There was a reason why I used it originally in the I1, but I can't remember what that was, but I kept on with it. So it fits down the tube, and so does the plunger rod, obviously, like a Retaliator, Recon, Alpha Trooper kind of thing. The plunger rod, when you prime, comes back, but I didn't want the spring to come back, so I just got another piece of this tubing, made a slit in it, and then slid it down, put a ton of wood glue down it again, just to hold it solid. And yeah, in the original I1, I only used like a little ring of it, probably like that piece back there. But for this one, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going anywhere, because I thought that might have been a reason why I1 wasn't working, so I did that. Then when testing to check like that the spring was getting enough compression and catching, I found that the back of the plunger head that catches was stopping it from catching, essentially. So kind of here you can see this is 3 layers of 2-ply corrugated card. So I just, in the third last layer, I've just basically cut the hole bigger. It was a pain because I glued it to it already, so having to pull it out using pliers because my fingers are too chubby to get in there. I think originally it was I only had 2 pieces, and I added the 3rd piece during the mod party. I think you'd have to watch the other video to see that. So yeah, once I cut that out and it worked out roughly where it needed to be positioned, I won't be able to show you on the video, but it basically comes right up to there, and then glued it in, as you can see. Another thing I should mention, which I don't know if I did in my other video, when making the grip and this piece here, I don't know if you can see it there or on the grip itself, I've alternated the corrugatedness, the way that they're, so that in theory gives it more kind of strength by kind of alternating the switching at 90 degrees. Yeah, so that's that. So then I have this, glue the little pieces on. To attach the grip, I've just cut, you can see here, just spin it around randomly. There's 2 strips of corrugated either side, and then a kind of thicker piece. I mean, that one, the bottom one's longer than that one, just so that it would balance it. And again, as you can see there, just a ton of wood glue around it. Gluing the back on again, you can see all the wood glue around it. Putting the barrel in, some strips of this card, I think it was. Yeah, a couple of strips of this card just to kind of get it in. And that's that. Clicks in. Grab this. I was going to make a mag release, but I ended up giving up on it because it was just too faffy. So this doesn't quite, it's still not perfect. Hopefully, bam, yeah, and then clip. Annoyingly, because this is friction fitted, because it's so tight, it kind of stops the mag follower from pushing up and forward, and bam, and push that. Come on, the mag isn't quite holding. There we go. So it works. Try it with a talon, why not? Give it a go, give it a go. In. I think that's in. Is that in? It's the first time I'm doing this with a talon mag. Ooh. Forward. That work. Oh, the talon, because of thicker walls, the talon mag follower is actually working. There we go.
Black rose right here, homie.
There you go. So yeah, Cardboard Blaster i2. I'm really pleased. Got it working. That was all I really wanted to do after the first one not working. Yeah, so it's that. I might take it to a wall one day for a laugh when we're allowed. So yeah, that's how I put it together. If you want to give it a go, I didn't measure anything with a tape measure. I just kind of, I got me this tube, this basic kind of like a poster tube, and then just worked around that. If you wanted to give it a go yourself, you literally just have to make it up. There'll be a link if you missed the card for my video of the internal bits. I did do a write-up on BritNerf. If I can find it, I'll link that as well, of the i1. I'll put the video, I'll just link the Cardboard Blaster playlist down there, actually, will be easier. And, or no, I'll put it at the end, I'll link it, there'll be cards, I'll do all that good stuff. So yeah, I think I'm done with making Cardboard Blasters now, at least for another 2 years anyway. So yeah, if you like this style of video with the little presentation slideshow, I think I'll do it again for a build kind of breakdown of my blasters. Just need to remember to take pictures. That's the main reason I've never done it like this before, because I've always meant to have pictures pop up when I've been talking about things, but I've always forgotten to actually take the pictures. But now I've done it like this, I really quite liked it. Let me know in the comments if you did. Like the video if you like the video. Makes sense, doesn't it? Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell, because videos just come when they come. If you don't want to miss any, you need to ring the bell so that the YouTube can let you know, because I don't know when the next video will be posted. I know what it's going to be about, but I'm going to leave that for you to find out. And one way you can find out is go into my Instagram, link in the description. Anybody think I'm a professional YouTuber the way I'm doing this? Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, follow me on the Instagram, and all that other good stuff. Gestures. Like the video if you like the video. Makes sense, doesn't it?